what we do. Now, I champion business, but I have to admit businesses are not always capitalists. Business loves to have a partner in government if they can get it. A little window maker in California must have loved the attention it got by having the vice president praise its products.
You're not just churning out windows. You're making some of the most energy-efficient windows in the world.
Think getting the vice president was a big deal? Heck, they got the president, too.
These workers will now have a new mission, producing some of the most energy-efficient windows in the world.
So this is how this system works. I call it crony capitalism.
Yes, that's
There
exactly
are lots of window companies. There's no proof that this company's windows were superior, but they had connections. One of the people who worked for the company, his wife, worked in the energy department, giving out grants.
Yes, it's very creepy. It is fascistic when the government starts picking the winners and the losers and who's going to get the subsidy and who's going to get the price quotas and who's going to have the president and the vice president show up and praise their products.
But fascistic scares me. That's a creepy word itself. Why is it fascistic?
That is what FDR, as you know and probably your viewers know, wanted to model his recovery plans, national recovery plan, on Mussolini's corporatives. They want government and business working hand in hand. Well, of course, the problem with that is you have to know somebody. You know somebody who knows somebody. It is like all of these corrupt and utterly failed nations where the government picks the winners and the losers, and to get work done, you have to know somebody. That isn't America. You produce a good product.
Well, less so if you can make more money more easily by knowing somebody or just using...
Yes, like all the green products now. All this nonsense with the solar panels. And
windmills.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not working, but the government will pay you to do it. And if the government is going to set up those incentives, I mean, you actually will get perfectly honorable people saying, okay, well, I can make money doing this.
It is unfair. And most unfair is that now government is so big and generous with your money. It's killing the innovation that makes America great. If you run a company, you can say to yourself, how am I going to make money? I could invest in researching a new product, or I can hire lobbyists to manipulate Congress and get money from government. Investing in research, that's tricky. We might not discover anything, and if we do, we'll be regulated and taxed so much. The lobbyists, they have a higher rate of return. And sure enough, this week, the Wall Street Journal ran two interesting stories. Look at this one. GM revs up its lobbying. Since we bailed GM out, GM doubled spending on lobbying. And then here on the same page, story on the company that makes Lipitor. Sadly, it's going to cut its research spending, cut it from $8.1 billion to $6.5 billion. This is a terrible thing. Lipitor may be what's keeping me alive. I want drug companies to do more drug research, not less. But I can't blame Pfizer. If they did discover something today, big government might prevent them from selling it. I can't even blame GM for its freeloading. When government's very big and investing lots of your money on politically favored industries, then it's prudent for companies to invest in lobbying. I blame big government. $3.8 trillion in spending rewards freeloading. Let's cut government in half, and then let's cut it again. Then there'd be much less freeloading and much more prosperity. That's our show tonight. I'm John Stossel. Good night.